Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Pharaoh. Welcome back. And today we're going to be checking out Etheria Restart. Um, so this is the third account that I have like rerolled. So I have two emails and then I have an Apple ID. So I'm going to be done at three rerolls, but we're going to hop into here. If you guys aren't familiar with the rerolling process, there's a bunch of other videos out on YouTube right now to show you guys how to do that. But a brief summary of it is you need to finish the prologue and then chapter 1 of the little adventure thing they have. So adventure is right here. Mine is locked because I'm not a high enough level yet, but you just need to do prologue in chapter 1, and then you need to enter a bunch of codes, and that's how you pretty much do the reroll. You use the in-game currency here to buy extra summons. You'll get a bunch of summons from the promo codes, and so that'll help get that stuff done. And actually, on this account, I haven't done any of the promo codes yet. I'm going to do that in a moment off camera. But this is how far I've gotten. I've got 71 summons here. Haven't done any summons beyond the 10 that you are required to do, like they force you to do 10. And you're guaranteed an SR, at least one SR every 10 summons. And then, yeah, this is, again, the premium currency here. So we're going to do that, but just to show you guys so far, I've gotten through Chapter 5, Part 1, and then this is locked behind this level. The challenges here, I've just done some of the early ones, like these shell things. So these are kind of like I don't want to say they're like the pets in Epic 7. It's like a sub-character that goes with each different character, and they have different effects. Some increase healing, some push turn meter, which I like this one a lot so far. Some do damage, so you've got different options there. But just getting some of that stuff done, the threshold stuff here, I haven't gotten Teramaton 3 done yet. Doki Doki, I've gotten 2 done, I think. Yeah, I got 2 done there for some challenge. But I've basically run out of stamina at this point, and I think once I do a bunch of summons, I'll get a bunch of stamina. Because on the other 2 accounts, I did a bunch of summons before this point, and then I didn't have a problem getting past level 10, like I wasn't stuck with stamina yet. You don't want to use these right away, and then these are kind of more for summons right early on. I've gone through and done a lot of these. I mean, this is stamina too. But these investigation things with 3-star, all this stuff. Yeah, an investigation. GP Outpost, I've done the first 3 levels of this one to help get the free SSR. So you get a free SSR called Leanne. She's going to be the first summon you do, and guaranteed Leanne, like everyone will get her. And then they also have ×3 in this game. It takes a little time to get to it, but yeah, that's good in that auto as well. And this is what combat looks like here. I'm sorry, it is running a little slow on the emulator. I prefer to record on my emulator because I have the screen size set up correctly, but the game definitely runs smoother on the actual client for PC through the company, and then it works totally fine on my phone too on mobile. So yeah, it's just the emulators are going to have a little bit of a hard time, I'm guessing, early on here. So that was that. Pretty easy run there. And then the characters have a couple of different ways you can upgrade them and help them out. So in this game, you're called a hyperlinker, and you are in like this fantasy world after, or this like virtual world after the real world out here became like a blizzard or something, a wasteland. So now people kind of live inside of a device, and it's the Etherlink. So then you can go into here into your Animus, and these are your playable characters in the game. When you're running around on the map, you'll always be this guy, either this guy or the girl. You can choose either one, whichever gender you prefer. And then, yeah, so Leanne is the free SSR. Gray is a free SR. Dorothy is free as well. She's not very good. And then you get these 2 as well, Kachi, and you get Sybil. So Sybil, I mean, neither of them are really that great, but and neither is Dorothy. However, Gray is pretty good, and Leanne is pretty good as well. So I've just been using them to help level up so far. So you have modules here, which is basically your gear or equipment or whatever you'd like to call it. Right side, like in most games, is your percent stats with crit rate, crit damage, effect accuracy, effect resistance, and then your normal left-hand side stuff, attack, HP, defense, all flat. And then I've got that on these ones. I wouldn't roll 1 stars past level 6. I didn't really need to go this far, I don't think, on these ones. And then for the 2, I'm calling them the level 2 when they have both these icons here. These are okay to take to +9, I think. And then, yeah, I took some of them to +6 just to try to help me push content, really. And get farther without summoning, but I think at this point I'm kind of in a spot where I need to summon to get like more stamina to play the game. I also haven't joined a union yet, but we will get into that as well. So I guess I should continue with this. There was 2 more things here. So we've got skill ups in this game, and that run in the GP outpost I did on camera helped me get some of these little ticket material things here. So we can activate this, and this will level up her skill to level 2, which will clear a challenge for her. And then you've got shells on everything. So these shells are those little sub characters I was talking about. They give you extra turn meter, or extra damage, or extra healing, or different things like that. So. Yep, got those there, and you can empower those, you can level those up. You get the currency to level those up and rank them up in the same place. You use duplicates of themselves to rank them up, but they're very easily farmable, so that will not be hard. And that you can farm those in the challenges here and the Grim Pursuit. So these are where they're called shells. That's where these drop. And then also... and then in the threshold here, this is where you guys can get gear as well. These are the gear dungeons so far. So Terramatan, Doki Doki, and then Aurora, that opens up at level 30. So that's where the gear comes from. This is really, you just want to 3-star it and then move on. You don't want to invest a lot of time in here or anything. There's just not a need to. You just get the clear done and move on. The GP outpost is a good place to use some stamina if you have a bunch and you don't know what to do with it. You can farm some of this stuff up. I think you would want to at least be able to do level 4, though, which unlocks at level 14. It's okay to do a little bit earlier on to get a couple skills here and there up, but you're going to need more of these like middle ones, these purple ones, to help actually getting those skills up farther. And then this one gives you some summoning tickets as well, more summoning tickets, some consumable stuff to increase the levels of your Animus, and then Nightmare on each of them gives you a different costume for different characters, I believe. So this was not too hard. I went through and did the first 3, I think, on a different account, and it seemed pretty easy. So that's that stuff. Email here. What do we have? Oh, okay, this just came in. Then Etheria surpasses 1 million downloads. Very cool. Although I kind of suspected it already passed that basically before launch. But yeah, very cool. So we've got that done. And then I will show, I'll go out here. So this hyperlink charter is kind of like a bunch of different quest lines that you can do and get done. So we need to defeat normal 3 Terramatan. There's different things here to do. A lot of it's about clearing different areas or upgrading your Animus in some way, or putting different gear on them, or putting shells on them. This basic training one here is specifically for Leanne, leveling her up, getting her stuff done, more defeating stuff on Terramatan. Shell training, these are shells specifically, and as you can see, you get pretty much all the same rewards from every different line, other than Leanne, which is a little more tuned just for her. But yeah, this is just about collecting shells, defeating the bosses to get shells, ascending them, different things like that. Module modification is all about your modules, getting your gear up. Collecting this stuff is going to have to be pretty much from farming the dungeons. Terramatan is definitely going to be the easier one first. Before I get into doing that summon stuff, I think I'll try to show if I can find it here. I think it would be here. Yeah, so in this game, you can think of it like pretty much any other game. I guess in this game it's reason, hollow, and odd, but you know, like a lot of games like fire, earth, water, or wind, or whatever, and yeah, or grass. The green one is always the one that's getting changed. These are pretty much always fire and water, though. And then you've got light and dark that go back and forth. So visually, this should be a very easy thing for most people to get into. Red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red, that kind of thing. So, yep, much like other games that way. And then the quest stuff, you're going to get this done passively. You definitely want to get your dailies done. It's actually a lot of rewards in this game, like significantly more than other games. These are very, very important to get done. And then weeklies, you're pretty much going to get done just by playing as well. You don't need to think too hard about that. Events, there's a bunch of different stuff that goes on in here. Just click through it, see if there's anything you can claim. I don't think for me there is. There's a 7-day commission for an SSR character, Ling Luao. It would seem that you can complete this stuff and you will get the SSR for free, and then you'll get a ticket here that guarantees that you will get a different SSR, or I guess it could be here, it could be a dupe, but it'll be an SSR in some capacity, and then you getting a this is like a Devilmon or a Molagora or a Book or whatever game you play. It's like the skill up. And these are pretty hard to get. These seem to be the hardest thing to get so far, from my understanding, from watching other content creators and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think this game looks pretty good. To me, it looks pretty good at least. So I think I'm going to show it a little bit on the channel, see how you guys like it. And then I figured we would just show one of the rerolls, how it went. But yeah, you can get this far. You can get, you know, past Chapter 5, Part 1, do these different things with just the free characters. And then, yeah, so just to show that off. So I'll pause and we will do the promo codes, and then I will be back. All right, so I went through and did all that, and that'll all be in the email then, and we'll just claim all. And then this will kind of show what everything was. It's a lot of coins, a lot of these crystals, these premium crystals. And then there was 16 extra summons in there. So we got that stuff. I'm wondering where we're sitting here. We've got 90. Okay, wow. 90, and I'm just barely off from that 5,000. Is there literally anywhere else I can get crystals from, I wonder? See if there's anything easy around here. I don't know if I even have the stamina. Yeah, we don't have the stamina for that. Collect shells. Defeat this. Doesn't unlock until level 13. Yeah, well, we're going to get a ton of these crystals back when we summon. So I think there's a soft pity when you start where I think you're 100, like guaranteed, like 100% guaranteed to get an SSR by the 40th summon. I don't know if that's right or not, but it seems like that's what it is, and then it sort of resets back to like it's 80 is the pity. So in this game, you've got these different limited banners. This takes 3,000 to pull 10 of these, and the probability isn't great. Eventually, I'm sure people will say to pull for these banners, but right now, actually what people are saying to pull for is the permanent banner, and I am pretty much on board with that. Because in here, you can get all of any other character. You can get all the normal RGB characters like you would in any other game, you know, green, blue, red. But you can also get the LDs in here. So if you look at this as well, it's a 1% chance to get an SSR, but it's a 75. It's like a 3/4 of that 1% goes into here, and then a fourth of it goes into here. So theoretically, when you're pulling an SSR, you know you're getting one. There's always that 25% chance that it's going to be an LD on the permanent banner. So this is definitely the best one to go for, because if you look at this limited banner here, you go into probabilities, and we are looking at nothing else. There are no other SSRs in here. It's just the Freya. Now, she's definitely hot. outstanding character design, obviously, but you know, you're going to want to go for this realistically to try to get the LDs first. She's a good character as well. And then this is it's just probably too expensive. I mean, if you're a whale, then yeah, I'm sure you already went for this anyway. You don't need to watch this video to whale out. But yeah, these two, I think most people are kind of like, just probably skip this one unless you're a super whale. And then this one you can go for later on after you've done, you know, maybe pulled 3 SSRs out of here or something, and you're like, all right, I'm happy with the account. I'll keep going. Maybe I'll go for Freya. And it also depends when you get here. And then the targeted summon is going to be something you're going to want to do later, because it's possible you pick something you wanted here, and then you got it, and then you pull in here, or you pull where, I guess you'd have to pull in here to get it if you're not pulling unlimited, but yeah, you could just end up getting what you wanted anyway from permanent summons, so that's sort of the way to go there. But yeah, let's just hop into this and see what we get here. Alright, so when it's purple like that, it is just an SR. It could be one SR, it could be more. It's hard to say until you look through it. But it is guaranteed to be one. Obero, super cool design, but not a great character, unfortunately. So that was sort of a rough one there. But we got that done. And then we can just probably keep going here. Alright, so another SR there. And it doesn't seem that there's a fake out mechanic either, at least not one that I'm aware of. It seems like when it's purple, it's just purple, like you're not getting an SSR. I don't know if they're going to look to change that or what. So we're into 30 now. Okay, so we're at 40 summons total then, because there's the 10 that they force you to do, and then we've just done 30, so we're at 40. Viper's a great character. I'm a huge fan of this character. I didn't play in the betas at all, but the little bit that I've played outside here, he is, I've pulled him now on all 3 accounts, and he is awesome. So definitely a fan of him. So we're going into 50 pulls here. And we are getting the SSR, at least one SSR. So now we're hoping, okay, do we get a LD, right? That's really what we're hoping for here. It's for the LD. Okay. Okay, wow. There you go. There is an LD right there, Mio. Very cool there. She is the newest one there. This should just fail out, I think. Yeah, good. But you still get the crystals. Do the shares on here. They're just gonna fail out, but you still get the crystals anyway. And then on the actual PC client for the game, it's gonna just be like a save a copy of it, and then you get the 30. But on your phone, it will be a line in Facebook thing. So yeah, very cool there. Very cool to get that one. On the second account, or my second email I re-rolled, I got 2 Doki Dokis, which is a different LD, which I was like, okay, that's rough. But yeah, very cool Mio. So I think maybe this account would be worth keeping. I'm going to keep re-rolling my first account as well, because I've gotten really, really good SSRs. They're not LDs, but they are really, really good. So anyway, we'll pop back in here, hope for more SSRs, of course. The dream would be Lily. Lily is an LD SSR. She is extremely good. I'm sure if you guys have watched other content creators, I'm sure you've heard that name. Like, yeah, she's the best in the game, or at least one of the best characters. So Marvella's great as well. Lovely character there. And of course, you're just hoping to get as many as possible. You don't really want to have to pity out on every single one. It is a pity of 80, and there's a 1% chance to get an SSR just at random. So if the pity system is great, because it's like, obviously 80% is, or 80 summons is great, and a 1% chance to get the SSRs. That's of course under the actual rates, or higher than the rates, I mean. So you're guaranteed to go higher than the rates even if you hit pity. Oh, nice, awesome. Come on, let's get that Lily game. she's great too. So I didn't do too much research into this game before starting, but I pulled her on the first account, and she seems like a total beast. Okay, cool. Gray skill up there. You do want dupes in this game, but there's a system in place to help you get more dupes. So it's very, very free to play friendly. Maybe not at first, but as you go on, as you progress, I believe this game will be very, very free to play friendly. Of course, there should always be an edge for whales. Companies kind of need to support the people that are supporting them. But it looks, I think this game looks outstanding. I like the story, the art style, the free-to-play aspects of it. I think it's going to be a great game moving forward. Really big potential here. All right, so what are we getting? Oh, come on. Could be Lily. Oh, Heinrich. Wow. Wow, guys. This is the account we're keeping then. I think. Maybe. I'm going to keep running the first account that I have just to see if I get a Lily. But Heinrich is an outstanding pull. He's like Viper in a way, but realistically, he's better because he is neutral element to everything, so he's hitting even into everything. So awesome pull there. Very, very cool. So 2 LDs, and they are both good ones. Both really good ones, so nice. And we are up to 5,000 here. But let's just pop out and see what we're working with for these things. So, oh, and just to clarify, this is actually extremely good. There are people that have re-rolled, 20 accounts and not gotten anything they want. Like some of these people are like hyper focused on getting specific characters, like Lily. I mentioned before, she is a extremely desirable character to many people. But for me to get Mio and Heinrich, I think those are 2 really great pulls. I don't know if they nerfed Mio or she isn't really working the way that people intended for her to, but I think they're probably going to rework her to make her better. If she is a little bit iffy at the moment. So yeah, we can hop back into the summons, and we're just going to keep ripping the summons, I think. So we can keep running the permanent banner here and just hope for like back-to-backs and just more SSRs, really. Okay, we got that, and we would be able to get to 56 summons. Sonya, okay, I was looking for her too. Sonya is an extremely good character. One of the best healer supports in the game. She actually has a revive too, so pulling a Sonya is a massive pull. Something to consider in this game. Oh, he's a good pull too, actually. Something to consider is that the SRs in this game are actually really, really good. Some of them are. And more usable than actual SSRs. I really appreciate that. Some of these games, the rares are literally nothing but food. The SSRs are pretty much trash. All you can do is try to get the SSRs, but in this game it's a good balance. And even some of the rares are good, like this one here. Number 41 is a good one, actually legitimately usable. Some people like some of the other rares too, but I know her specifically. She's got like an attack buff and a attack bar increase kind of thing. So I'm trying to think of a character to compare her to, like from a different game. She just buffs attack bar and increases attack. I mean, it's just a good skill. I'm thinking about like Bernard from Summoner's War, but he increases speed. He does increase the attack bar as well, like a Bastet kind of, like increasing attack bar and attack power at the same time. Bastet's the only one coming to mind. All right. More SRs. Okay, Yang. Looks like we got this one too. She's a good one. Valerian, I think her name is. So that's cool there. And then we can just keep ripping it. I mean, we might as well. It's been we've gotten such good pulls so far that I'm kind of like, well, we should just keep going. Sonya, great, great to get dupes there. And then do we end up with enough to do another 10 pull is the question. Okay, so we've got one of these. We're going to have another one there. But that might be slightly off. That might be slightly off. Yeah, I'm going to be 30 off, I think. All right, one moment. All right, so we're back here. We've got this permanent summon here. Just looking at the probabilities here. The permanent summon here. Current permanent type pity guaranteed to get SSR Animus within 30 pulls. I feel like I'm looking at the wrong thing. Current permanent summon. Oh, this is for me specifically, right? Yeah. Yeah, because of the pity, like this. So this follows where you're at. So if I had like 80 left, it would say 80. Yeah. If you do not obtain an SSR after 50 consecutive summons, the subsequent drop rate increases. After summoning an SSR Animus, it drops. The base rate of an SR is this or that. Gets to some point if you were guaranteed to obtain an SSR or an SR or higher within 10 summons. Alright, so I'm not sure what it increases by. I thought it said, but apparently it doesn't. So hopefully we'll get that next SSR here. Come on. Oh, that's too bad. I would have liked to have done it on camera because, I mean, if I get another, LD, then obviously it's great to have that shown. But anyway, this is the game. I think I've pushed this far enough. Sorry that I make all these long videos. I just kind of get into what I'm doing. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I would strongly recommend picking up this game. I will try to get all my summons on camera in case I get more and this account gets even crazier. Just to show what I have so far, it is Leanne, Gray. We got the Heinrich and the Mio, and those are our 2 SSRs, and there's a bunch of good SRs in here as well. So we will build some of these up. Sonya's a great one. There's a lot of great ones in here, so I'll build some of these up, show them in the next video. But yeah, if you guys want to play the game, there are promo codes that are available on different Discord servers. I got mine from Vulcan, a different content creator. He's got all the Etheria codes in his Discord. That's where I would recommend to get them. That's where I got them, and they all worked. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see everybody in the next episode.